So what I've prepared is a list of really common chemicals that you'll find in various cleaning products. The thing to remember is, did you want one of these? The thing to remember is you really only need to memorise at any one time one chemical. And if you see that chemical in any product, take the time to pick it up off the shelf, turn it around and look at it. If you see that particular chemical that you've memorised in the product, you know that you don't want to buy it. The scary thing about chemicals is that there's about 38,000 chemicals that are actually used in Australia today in industry. 200 of those have actually been assessed. So the rest, we don't know whether or not they're good, bad or indifferent, and they're commonly used in cleaning products and plastics and clothes and all the rest of it. So I guess the thing to really understand about why it's important to be aware of chemicals is your skin. So your skin is your number one barrier for your entire body. Your skin is porous, so it absorbs any sort of chemical or anything that it comes into contact with. And unlike your digestive system, which is, can break down chemicals or toxins with enzymes, your skin can't do that. Chemicals go into the skin, they go straight into the bloodstream, and then they start to bioaccumulate around your body. So this is why, you know, it's really important to be aware of these things, and I'm not trying to freak you out, I'm really sorry if I am. And even to be chemical free, you don't have to go out and buy every single green product that's available on the market. You can make them yourself. So I've actually got on the back of that little sheet just a couple of ingredients that you can buy very cheaply from the supermarket, like white vinegar, bicarb soda, lavender oil, tea tree oil, eucalyptus oil, just to keep your house really clean and fresh. So the areas that are really important to keep super clean, particularly with little kids, are the floors. So avoid any chemical contact on the floors, because they're always on the floors. You're always on the floor as well with bare feet as well. So all those chemicals come up through your skin. And also dust as well. So dust can also carry a lot of toxin with it too. So it's really important just to keep your house as dust free as possible. And I know that that's really hard when you've got little kids. I've got kids as well. So just grab an e-cloth or just, you know, some sort of cloth that's not like a dishcloth. Spray it with a bit of water and tea tree oil and just do your dusting, because it'll trap all the dust and it'll actually get rid of it really, really quickly for you. The other product that will probably make the biggest impact in your home is your laundry powder. When you think about it, you wash your clothes, you dry yourself with a towel and you sleep on sheets. So 24/7 your skin is right up against any sort of residues that are left in your clothes or your linen or your sheets, and it actually goes straight into your bloodstream. So if you're going to change one thing in your house, change your laundry powder. That's the only thing you really need to change to begin with, and then just slowly start introducing other alternatives. So things like the toilet, if you want to clean the toilet and make sure that it's really nice and toxic free, just use a bit of tea tree oil and vinegar in the toilet, give it a bit of a whirl with a brush and flush it away. A very, very simple laundry powder to make is grab some soap flakes from the supermarket. Just make sure that there's no toxic ingredients in the soap. I tend to use velvet soap if I'm going to make anything, and you can actually, if it's a whole bar, chop it up and pop it in your food processor, and that will make your flakes for you. Add some washing soda, and there you've got your washing powder. Really simple, really cheap. You can also make your own laundry liquid as well if you prefer a liquid. There's some websites on that sheet that I handed out, and that's actually got some fantastic recipes for laundry liquid as well. In terms of a very simple, easy, multi-purpose cleaner, vinegar, hot water, tea tree oil and a few soap flakes as well. Mix it all up in a spray bottle, boom, there you go, you've got your multi-purpose spray. So it doesn't need to be complicated at all. The other thing to remember in your homes is that quite often, and this really freaked me out when I heard it, but in your homes inside are actually more toxic than what they are outside. So it's really important to keep your windows open and just let that airflow happen. And that's not anyone's fault, it's just because of carpets are made with various chemicals and there's paint on the walls and there's always gas, you know, sort of being let off. Even if it's an old house and it's been painted quite some time ago, or the floors have been treated or carpeted quite some time ago, there are still gases being given off. So the more you keep your house open and just let that air just flow naturally through, much, much easier. The other thing too, which Amelia brought up when she was talking about washing nappies, is how important it is to when you're washing your clothes and washing your linen is just to let it dry in the sun. It's such a fantastic natural antibacterial, and it's so cheap and just makes things so much easier for you. If you do want to go down the path of, I do need a booster, I do need some antibacterial, we have a great little laundry soaker over in our stand that you can use, or you can add some tea tree oil or some vinegar as well to your wash, and that will just change the pH of the water, which will also help with that bacterial control as well. So I think I've pretty much covered most things in terms of cleaning and keeping things clean and not trying to freak you out too much, because sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming. Does anyone have any questions at all about that's for you to assess yourself, honestly. I don't want to go around dissing other brands. That's not what I'm here to do. The best thing to do is to look at their ingredients. So pick up the product, look at the ingredients. If you see anything in their ingredients, there's the other thing to remember as well is that there's no legislation in Australia, or actually in America, to say that any company needs to disclose the ingredients that are used in their cleaning products. The only thing they need to disclose is their active ingredient. So there could be 50 other chemicals in that product that you don't know about, and there's nothing there to say to them, you need to tell the Australian public. So you're not protected at all in any way, shape or form. Certified organic, they only need to have 5% organic ingredients to be certified organic, yeah. Yeah, so, and that was a big shock to me as well. There's also a lot of ingredients like sodium lauryl sulfate, which is a natural form of SLS. That's actually carcinogenic. It's the process that it becomes sodium lauryl sulfate, the ethyl oxidation process, actually gives off dioxane 1,4, which is highly, highly toxic. The other one is, and I'll have to actually look it up because I can never remember the name, but it's really long and it's used in a lot of organic products. It's called curcumidopropyl betaine, or CAP-B. It's used in a lot of baby products and it's used in a lot of hair care and skin care as well. It's a surfactant, so it actually helps cleanse, but that is really highly toxic, and it's also very irritating to the skin. So it adds to the load when it comes to eczema or dermatitis or anything else, particularly with little babies. I mean, their skin's actually not properly formed until they're about 12 months old. So they will absorb anything and everything that they come into contact with. And because they breathe much faster than what we do as adults, they actually breathe in more toxin than what we do as well. So it's really important just to maintain that low level as best you can. I mean, we're always going to be surrounded by toxin. That's something that, that we need to accept. It's just how you manage the load. That's all really at the end of the day. So I don't want to try and complicate things too much, and I'm just really conscious of not sounding too scary. So yeah, so turn the product over. If there are no ingredients listed on the label, then you don't buy it. It's that simple. If there are, and that's great if there are, that's fantastic. Even if they're toxic ingredients, it's great that they've actually disclosed it. That's fantastic. But you now have that, that choice to make. Do I want to spend my money with these people knowing that this is potentially harmful, or do I just want to make my own stuff, or look for an alternative as well? So there's always an alternative, always. Any other questions? No? Okay, well, thank you very much for your time. If you do think of anything at all while you're out and about today, I'm just over in the Eco Store stand. So, yeah, thanks for listening. You're welcome.